Hi everyone, my name is Fraser Elliott. I'm a lecturer in film exhibition and curation at the University of Edinburgh, and I'm also one of the co-curators of this year's Taiwan Film Festival Edinburgh, which is running between the 25th and the 31st of October in online and offline forms. And we're doing these videos of programmer recommendations where we're recommending our favourite films in the festival if we can pick them. And it's hard to choose, but I've decided that my pick for this year's festival is a film called The Personals, which is a 1998 film directed by Chen Guofu. It's a film that won loads of awards both in Taiwan and internationally when it came out. It screened at the Cannes Film Festival in 1999, was very highly regarded critically, but isn't often talked about. So we're bringing it back to make it more talked about these days. Now, even though it's only 23 years old, I think The Personals seems to exist in a very different time to the one that we live in at the moment. It follows a ophthalmologist called Du Jiazhen, who is a successful career woman, who decides that it's time to take another step in her life of finding a husband. And she takes the rather unusual, proactive step of posting an advert in the personals of a local newspaper because she can't use Tinder or dating websites or any of the kind of modern conveniences that we have. And the film follows this collection of dates in their many forms, from toe-curlingly awkward to, actually quite sweet and everything in between. It's a really engaging procession of vignettes that's kind of addictive to watch and gives us a real insight into the place and time of its filming. If you're like me and you really enjoy exploring those seemingly mundane situations that end up, through a certain glance, a certain gesture, or a certain trick of storytelling, containing these really emotionally deep moments, then I think you'd really enjoy The Personals. And it helps that the lead actor, Renee Liu, puts in a really fantastic performance that is simultaneously excited but totally bored by this procession of unsuitable men, hopeful but jaded all at the same time. It also looks beautiful visually, directed by Chen Guofu. Chen was a really important figure in Taiwan cinema. His name may not be as instantly recognizable as your Edward Yang's or your Hou Hsiao-hsien's, but he's actually been similarly important since the 1980s when he started as a scholar and a curator, but actually had a big creative role pitching in here and there to the films of the Taiwan new cinema of the 1980s. He started directing in the late 1980s, and he's moved between everything from crime films about the criminal underworld to operatic fantasy films. And these days he spends most of his time writing for huge blockbusters in mainland China. So The Personals comes at quite a transitional moment in Chen's career. And the theme of this year's Taiwan Film Festival Edinburgh is change or transition and transformation. And there are a lot of aspects of change and transition in The Personals, whether it's the director's career transition, Du Jiazhen's personal transition in the film, or the social changes that we get to see tracked through the various dates displayed in the film. But for me, what's most compelling, I think, about The Personals is where it sits within the experience of watching Taiwanese film. It's not quite the slow-moving, what we might call art house cinema that we're familiar with here of the region, but it's also not the kind of frenzied, fast-paced genre cinema of Taiwan either. It sits somewhere in the middle, and it's a real treat, and I hope you will enjoy it as much as I do. If you're interested, you can watch it online as part of the festival between the 25th and the 31st of October, and you can also head to the website where you can see information about the other fantastic films that we're screening and how you can watch them as well.